Why, hello there. Let's get this all squared away. And then we will figure out what we're doing. And I think we're good. All right, so I need this though. I need you to go away. I need you to come here, but not that. Do that. Okay. So we were figuring out, let's run this, what in the world we want to do about scale. We got to figure out how to get this scale. How to zoom. Zoom is what we want to do. Scale was an idea. Okay, so we've got. Oh, wait a minute. I swear that. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Dragging is changing scale. That was not happening before. Let's actually go back. Okay, we need to make sure that that definitely. Oh yeah, we remember I said we needed to do set state in there. That's gonna be a thing, but hang on one second here. Have we broken our ability to drag by making this not scrollable? Possibly. It was working, but that might have been something that was hanging on to from the build before. Hot reload has proven to be a little bit iffy. Okay, so it's not draggable now. Let's roll back 1 second here to... This needs to come out right quick. And now I can drag again. But... my scroll wheel. Okay, so we're not as far forward as we thought we were here. It's weird that I'm getting scale updates when I tried to drag, though. Okay. So that's going to be a problem. Crap. Okay. What other... tertiary vertical drags? The plot thickens. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because... Let's put this back in really quick. So that should be now, doesn't scroll, it doesn't drag. Oop, it does drag, it doesn't scroll. Okay. So something was definitely being retained. We stop it and rebuild it. Now I can't. Okay. So that's problematic. But if we replace you like so, and pan should be enabled. And then if I, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Stop, please. Just do a regular build. If we let interactive viewer pan, will it work? No. No is the answer. Damn it. Wait. Oh, it only pans when we're in here. Interesting. Oh. 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 We have some stuff. Hang on. So this is still going to be kind of jank because scrolling is going to scroll and also zoom. But so if we zoom in, but I don't have a way to validate. I do that and that. Okay, so there's still some jankiness there. But of course there is because scrolls and zooms. Crap. Is it maybe... What are my other options? Let's leave that for a second. Allow implicit, allow user. I can't just do that. What are my other... Maybe there's something to this idea. Come to me, documentation. Scroll physics, bouncing scroll physics. I don't want that. None of that. I'm being thwarted. I don't like it. Stop thwarting me, Flutter. I need a way to not... Hey, Terrace, how's it going? I need to not scroll on a scroll wheel. But I don't think that's the answer. I need to be able to override it. In some way, shape, or form, but still allow it to drag. What if I change the button? Scroll controller, animate to offset. That's for making it a button push. I wonder if, yeah, scroll controller class. Tell me more about the scroll controller there, Flutter. Cool. Super cool that your docs have deprecated stuff in them. Attach on detach is scrolling notifier. Debug label on attach, on detach. Initial offset. Scroll notification listener. But we do have a scroll controller, presumably as part of this table view, on account of how there is this. This view gives you a custom scroll view. Is there, can I provide controllers to this thing? Scrollable details. But it looks like I can only do details. So that's problematic for me. Cache extent. And you have a transformation controller, but not a scroll controller. Well, crap. What are my other scrollable details? What other properties do these fellas have for my customization desires? This can take a controller. Okay. Reverse false, scroll controller, scroll physics, and decoration clip behavior. So perhaps Perhaps there's something to that. Let's see here. Physics was deprecated. Clip behavior. Okay. So, scroll controller. Can we do something with that? Unattached on detach. I don't think that's going to be the answer. That's for keeping it the scrolled position. Probably don't want that. But that's not going to help me, though. Um, I think we kind of went down the rabbit hole on scroll wheel disabling and concluded it wasn't really something supported like that. They're suggesting on hover disable scrolling. That's not really what we want. Let's see here. What's up? Let's see. Pointer scroll event scroll delta is already animated. Use it with scroll jump 2. That doesn't really get me where I want to be. And that's the old bug where it's difficult to select text because it would make things scroll. Because they're kind of doing it the other way around. I wonder if I can somehow get the pointer device kind on a scroll. And then do something if it's not well, no, because it's always going to be a mouse pointer type. What other things can I do here? Scroll configuration. Behavior as a scroll behavior. Just like that one. Child, hashcode key, runtime type. So we want to do a look at the behavior, scroll behavior. What do you have? Or scroll bar. Scroll physics. Should notify. One second. I'm still dying of this cold. Okay, that's not what I want. Drag devices we overrode. Multi-touch drag strategy. Overriding scroll behavior gets scroll physics. That's default scroll physics for scrollables. Build scroll bar. But that doesn't help me disable scrolling on the scroll wheel. Alternatively, is there a way for me to, in interactive viewer, comment this out before I forget real quick while we're kind of noodling around here. Is there a way for me to require a different key, like a control scroll or something? Let's see here. Where are you? Docs, here you be. This, okay, here we go. builds the child of this widget. I don't think I really need a builder. Constraints. That could be an interesting one. Key. Okay. No, that's the actual key of the widget. That doesn't cover what I want it to. Constrained is an interesting one to experiment with here in a second. But unless there's something in here. Nope. Is there? I really just want to mess with the keybinds, basically, is what I want. Shortcuts class. Okay. Custom action subclass. So this guy, it has bound up and down arrow to an incrementer. Okay. Shortcut activator intent. Keyboard key arrow up. And this one does the same. Increment. Notify listeners. Increment action extends action. Increment intent. Which is this guy. And we've got that increment intent, decrement intent, actions. Um, But this would be like using... So we'd need to do... We'd have to do a shortcuts widget. Right, in both cases. Yeah. Which has shortcuts and actions. That won't fix our scrolling, though. We'd have to replace this with something that does not scroll. Which puts us back into... We'd have to build some kind of super custom widget. Which might just be the only way to solve all of this, which sucks really, really, really bad, but like at least we have the option, right? What could we base you on? Let me get this page. We need multi-child. We kind of played with grid view. That got not quite what we wanted, right? Stacks, sliver widgets. I don't know what that is. Widget catalog. That's these guys. Raw image, asset bundle. Not quite what I want. Animation? Not really, but like... Yeah, none of that. Scrolling. One sec. My Dayquil shouldn't be wearing off, but it feels like it is. Nested scroll views, page view. Carousel. Grid view is the closest so far. That's still not quite what I want, though. I want to... Two-dimensional scroll view. I don't want to scroll, though. That's the main problem here. Unless this exposes more than the um Watchmadelio does, it doesn't really give me any sort of benefit, right? To do that. And it doesn't really seem like exclude from semantics. So it doesn't really expose anything else. Which sucks. Because, like, it has to be scrollable in the sense that it doesn't fit into that box, and it shouldn't have to. But it needs to exist, like, in concept, right? I just need to be able to not scroll you on a scroll wheel. Um, the other thing we could do, I mean, we'd have to get rid of this, but then we'd have to switch zoom to a button, which I don't like that interaction. It sucks, right? But we can do it if we have to. It's an option, just not a good one. That page seems to be dead. um, Unable to prevent mouse from scrolling. List view. Okay, this issue is similar. Absorb points not a solution because all point events are absorbed, not only mouse wheel. Okay. Never scrollable is not a solution usually because it prevents scrolling by drag touch. Doesn't impact pointer event handling. Okay. Not yet available on Flutter Web. I don't know. I don't need that. I do been gone for a bit, but how's the engineering? What's new? I'm still working on the editor, building the map editor, and encountering weird gaps in like the Flutter design, kind of like where I can't just disable scrolling as a scroll. Like I want to be able to drag to make it actually, technically scroll, but I don't want the scroll wheel to do it, and I'm struggling to get that fixed. But yeah, that's where I'm at. How you been? Prevent the default behavior by calling gesture binding instance pointer signal resolver register. Um. Hmm. Hmm. What's this issue? Oh, that's not quite what I'm interested in. One point signal must be called. I don't understand where I would call this. Been good experimenting with Python things, like talking to a Firebase server to store information, like logging data with hashing, and just some things to challenge my coding knowledge. Cool. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Where would I call this? Same event. So we'd need. This would probably be in the init state. Instance pointer signal resolver register on the same event. Okay, so gesture binding we don't understand. I'm wondering if this is someplace, if he's talking like framework code here. On the same event, because the default callback registers later than the custom one and will not take effect. So... on pointer signal... I don't know... Because she's saying she had to fork stuff, scroll view, scrollable state to do this. And then he's like, I wonder... Okay, so this was merged, but this is in the Flutter dev tool. So I wonder if he's talking about like... doing stuff in there or something. But it's still kind of a dead end for us. So it looks like this is just not implemented in Flutter, which is deeply, deeply frustrating. I'm going to click my little thumbs up here to make this something they care about more, hopefully. So we are kind of going to be limited here. So this goes away. We know that for sure. It breaks stuff. We would have to get rid of the interactive viewer, which, okay, whatever, you know, not a huge deal. This should get us to... Oh, right. I need to kill 2 of those. Okay, now. So we should be able to click and drag. I cannot click and drag. Why can I not click and drag? Oh, you know what I did? I deleted one too many things. This scroll configuration needs to live here still. There we go. Close that. Rerun you. Oh, I also need to... I thought I deleted that. I'm losing my mind. Losing my mind! Rerun. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, okay, so we can click, we can drag, we can scroll. Gross. Let me look at... We did have buttons in addition in Cogent. Where's my screenshot? Come here, screenshot. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so we had a bar under here. We can still do that. And that just might be the way it has to be. For right meow. I don't love it. That's for sure. But I'm all out of other clever ideas. So let's do... We need to put it as part of this widget. So we're going to need... let's clean this up real quick. Too many tabs open. We need to make a menu item bar widget in here. Let's just close all of that. All of you go away. We'll open a new window. Come here. Okay. Menu item bar. Boop. Menu bar. There you go. Menu bar. And we want it to be... We'll put our... While we're here, we'll put our save buttons on that stuff in, just because it has to be part of it. So... We don't want... Or do we want a menu accelerator label? Maybe? Either way. Okay, yeah. Let's build based on this guy here. Up here in our layout builder, we have our visibility. We have the title. because we kind of have everything in this same place right meow, which is fine. We have the title placeholder bar here. I want in this column some extra spacing. There we go. That's better. That'll give us a little bit of room to breathe there. And then in between, I guess, and then we have, they're not going to be submenus there. They're just menu item button, I think. Yeah. Menu accelerator label, which will be like so, and it'll have an on pressed in here as well. And for right meow, if I could push the right buttons, we'd just do an empty func. How we looking? Okay. Our space between is a little extreme now. Let's bump that down a hair. Ooh. I might have to do this a different way. Because the flex is now... What if I take the flex out of you? Nothing. The other thing I could do is put a column in here and put this above it, I guess. I was reasonably happy with the way this one looked. I guess it didn't necessarily need this gap there, but I also need this guy to fill its space. Why do you not fill? I think because you're not in a row? Perhaps? Menu bar, close that, close the row. You're all not. Why are you not? Let's take that out of there just to see what happens really quick, though, too. That squishes it, which I'm actually okay with. If it would extend across the screen, I'd be happier. Do I have to do this? No. That. Oh, yep. That did it. Okay. And then I would also need you have a style property, which is a menu style? Menu style. Do you have a border? You have a shape, which is an outline border. which is not, so it's going to be rounded rectangle border 0. No, I have to do this way. No. How did I do this in main? I didn't do this in main. Did I? I did. Rounded rectangle border, that. But that can't be that because it's different. Menu bar, submenu buttons. Oh, it's in the shape. Okay. Which, oh yeah, we did that. Okay, widget state property all. Rounded rectangle border. But I can't just do that. We have to do widget state property all. Oh, because it's material state property, right? Okay. I see. That's why that works. Okay, so then if I just give you just a little boop, a little bit more of a boop, a little bit more of a boop, that would do that. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to do this and then in between, like right here, do I want to do like after you just chuck in a sized box, height 10. I think I like that better. I think I want a little bit more space though. That looks much better to my brain. Okay, and then, okay, so we've got that. I would then like to... Can I split the icons so that the other ones live on the other side? Menu demo. Yep, that's you. Let me do this first. Let's just get these in here really quick. So we'll have you on pressed. Boop, ba-doop, boop. Like so. Child is this. Menu accelerator label. You are going to be reset. Oops, wrong character. Reset zoom. Like so. You will be our zoom in. And if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to do zoom plus and then throw that in. And then one more that, and accelerator label zoom minus. Missing a comma there. So that, and then we have our, and I'll probably have to do the hotkeys there as well, but let's just do a quick test. That's out. So then if I hit plus, nothing is happening, but if I hit alt plus, or alt minus rather, zoom out, zoom in. Okay. So that would be an option. We would then need to do the zooming, the zoomy zooms. So we need to, okay, so not that, because I've already got something using you. We need to store these. Those can be const. They can't be? I guess that can be final. And then I would need to let's put these in the same order just to help ourselves in the future. So when we init, tile width equals tile width default, and I for some reason decided to flip them. No, I didn't. That was the correct way around. And then this is tile height default, right? So that our reset button works. Okay, and then I would be able to swap this now back to this, and theoretically it should noob. What? Because it doesn't. Sure, I guess. No, you're late. That's what you are. Okay, so nothing's changed. That's good. Nothing should right now. And then let's also do a zoom increment. Let's just say 25. It's fine for now. So then what we do on these zoomy zooms is, instead of printing, we're going to set state, because we got to do that. And then tile height plus equals zoom increment, right? Same with width. Zoom increment. we do the same exact block in zoom out land, like so, except for we subtract. Right, good. And then in our reset zoom, we say set state tile height is the default, or tile height default, width equals tile width default to reset it. And now, we have a fakey zoom, which will work. It's just kind of ugly, and I would prefer it to be not ugly, but you know. And we can zoom in, we can zoom out, and then we can reset, right? It sucks to click, but it'll get the job done. That's the main thing here. I want to split. Is there any behavior, menu style, menu controller, list of children key? Can I do alignment geometry? That I don't think is quite what I want. Flutter menu bar split buttons to right side. It's not quite what I want. Menu bar, move icons to right. This is I wonder if I can just put, so these are widgets, right? What happens if I use the correct character? Save and, no, just save. Just save lives here, right? Perfect. Cool. Easy. And then, whoop, we do another row here. Widget, up, down here. You go here, we close you, we close that second row, right? Does this break anything? No. Everything still Gucci. So we have two rows with the two sets, and then here I do main axis alignment, end. No. Why not? Do I need do I have to expanded you too? Does this explode? It definitely isn't happy. Yep, incorrect use of parent data widget. Okay. I thought so. Why is it that that's not kosher? Or not working, I should say. Let me just relaunch just to be sure it's not a hot reload issue. It's proving to be flaky. I don't think it's the issue, but let's just find out. Okay. You. No. Damn it. Okay. I really need to figure out where my debugger went to here. Hang on. Where is the Flutter? Tool windows. Here we go. Flutter inspector. How do I make you not ever go away again? Is something else I want to know. Okay, select widget mode. I'll get to that later. Maybe. I'll probably forget about it. Don't worry about it. So there is our menu bar, which has row. Okay, so you're not filling the space. Why don't you fill the space? The other thing, okay. Y'all are both grouped in rows. That's fine. That's good. That's happy. If we did, if we put these both into another row, just rows on rows on rows here. I think here would be the close, and then here would be the close. Yes. Okay. Now in here, can I do space between? I don't think that's the one I want. No, it's not doing anything, and I bet you this row doesn't grow either. Select widget mode. Let's just find out. This row doesn't grow. Okay, crap. Okay, so because you don't help us, let's get out of there really quick just because it's going to mess me up in the future. Since you don't help us, you need to come back out. Let's put you back there. And we'll get rid of this one and this one. Yes, okay. Dying slowly. Okay. I'm excited for NyQuil and sleep tonight. Okay. I need to... Why don't you grow? Deeply, deeply frustrating. You're in a row. This is expanded, so you grow out. I put that in the wrong spot. Wait, hang on. Am I stupid? 100% possibility. Hang on. This is the one where this should have been. It's not going to change anything. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Okay. Just had to make sure. It's still a skill issue. Don't worry. All of that goes away. No, I lied. All of this goes away. And then this and this go away, right? Yes. Okay. Brilliant. So, y'all don't grow. Why don't y'all grow? And nobody wants to talk about menu bars in Flutter for some reason. They keep talking about app bars. It's not an app bar. It's a friggin' menu bar. You mobile first jerks. One second. Okay. Staved off death for a moment. So. Let's go back to the regular docs for this guy. Go big, please. Thank you. I'm excited and terrified for the day that Pop updates to use the new Cosmic. That's supposed to be coming in on the 9th or the 12th. I don't remember which now. It'll either fix the neglected, degrading, slightly jank experience that I've been dealing with just because of sheer laziness, or it'll make everything blow up. We'll figure out which. Okay. What can I do? Um, so in both cases, they did expand these guys, which makes sense, right? But then they've just got lists of buttons. Can I... Menu anchor. What's a menu anchor? Shortcut registry. What's that? Just sheer curiosity. Oh. I need to add this here because I need more context around it. Editor. Investigate Flutter shortcut registry as a way to have the main menu button perform actions within the active widget. Add, remove listeners. And then I'll open this up and shortcut registry. Boop. Edit. Boop. Leave myself a link. Need to look at that in the future. Not right meow, but could be interesting. Now, menu anchor. Tell me about the menu anchor, please. Anchor for a set of submenus defining the rectangle used to position the menu. Okay. Widgets or screen regions that have submenus. Bop, 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 bop. Ba-da, bop, ba-da. So they're doing menu anchor, menu item button. Oh, okay. Not quite. Not quite what I was thinking. This is for like super custom tweaking. Okay. What about menu item button, right? Is that what we're using? Yes, thought so. Do you have properties that I can manipulate? Oh, I can assign a shortcut to them. Okay. Oh. Must be available, whatever. Okay. Anywho. No examples of... how to do what I want to do in there either. Hmm. I'm being foiled again. I don't appreciate being foiled, but I have an idea. Okay, stupid idea. Idea nonetheless. I will do not expanded here. Right? Which will make my menu bar short and skinny there, right? But what I will then do is I'll come outside of the menu item. Or outside of the... hang on. I need to clean up this, that. And then that. And then that. And then this. And then this. And then that. Because we have too many things that aren't doing anything for us. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to come outside of the menu bar here. And I'm going to do an expanded menu bar, right? Children. List of widgets. And then I put... everything outside of save in this one. And then it's actually 2 bars. Ooh, it's a little ugly there because I need to do a style for this one as well, which is annoying, but I'm going to do it anyway. There. There's still a little bit of a seam there. Crap. Okay, I'm going to undo that since it didn't work. Put that back, put that... oh, make that go away. No, those need to stay out. We're going to go back to... expanding you. I don't think I actually need this row here anymore either. I think you two can go away. Nope. I did need that row, I guess, still. Okay. Is there anything else in here? Um, what's visual density? That's not really what I want. Why can't there just be things in the docs to talk about this? um bum 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 bum. He's using a button bar, which is actually just a row. Um, and this guy, none of these guys are using a menu bar. Why not? Why is this such a pain in the butt? Bum 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 bum. Hmm. Nested menu bar. Oh, it's a package. I don't want that. Spacer class. Can I do, can I put a spacer in here, I guess? That's an interesting question. Is this a flex widget? Oops, not space, spacer. What does that do for me? Nope. That's not good at all. Incorrect use of parent data widget. Okay, yeah, it's not a flex widget. Okay. It's like nobody uses this widget, and so it's just kind of like a super basic guy. which is really, really annoying. I could do, okay, so stupid idea. For funsies, what happens if I do a sized box here with a width of like, I don't know, 200 to be big? Okay, that works, but this would need to be like, I can't just hard code that is the probs, right? It needs to be based on the width, and that's still going to be kind of tricky to make sure it's always correct. I don't understand why. This isn't something that this widget is capable of easily. What else could I do here? There's nothing to do spacing of the children objects in here. Unless something in menu controller. Where's menu controller? Menu controller. Okay, so that's opening and closing. That's not the actual ooby-jooby there that puts it in place. Which makes sense. Like a text controller controls the interiors of it, right? Internals, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. And I can't do this, right? This is going to fail. It's going to be... What do you want? Horizontal. Oh, children. I'm pretty sure this is going to tell me, no, you're wrong in values of parent data widget. Oh, it won't? Okay. Interesting. What if instead of that, I put you around... Wait, hang on. Let me think. Instead of flex layout, Then I'm allowed to give these guys. Okay. But you're still not going to fill this whole space. I bet. Let's grab that, and we're going to chuck you down here so that you wrap all of these buttons. And then we're going to select widget mode and have a little look-see. You do that. So you don't fill. But if I give you that, what do you do? Menu bar, flex. You're still not. Nope, hang on. Get out of there. Just to be sure, I'm going to restart it. Just to be 100% sure. Map editor. Select widget mode. Dang it. Like, what is this? You let me play with this space. You jerk. Okay, so that's a dead end too. Get you out of there. You and you. Good enough. Okay. And okay, here I think we already did this, but this is dumb. If I put all of this in a row, I can't expanded this row. But because incorrect use of parent data widget, it's not. That beverage is empty. But could I then, in between of here, chuck in an expanded? Oh. It just needs a child. I don't think this is going to do it. Yeah, no. Crap. And it's because you and, you don't have a main axis size? You do. Blech. Why is this not recognizing? Yeah, that still doesn't do anything. Okay. Get out of there. Okay, so let's go back to this idea. And it's actually faster, easier, less painful to do this. Oops. Copied one too many lines there. There we go. And then cut you. Put you back up there. Okay, so that gives us back our that. But. Could I possibly at all chuck a row in here, chuck this into the children of this row, here. Okay, why this? Because end. That would work, except for now I've got to do an expanded here, right? Which is annoying, but I'll take it if it works. One of those. Okay. No, you dog! Ugh. Okay. Okay, let's take you back out. That puts you where I want you to be. I guess. Put this in a container. And then down there we need another one of them. And then I could do something that. No. That's the same color. I would basically just be faking it. Almost see some kind of a little line over there, but not over here, which is kind of weird. Like, it's annoying, but do you not have nothing there it could change? This is supposed to be, oh, edge instance geometry, of course. Dot 0. Why not? Oh, because I would have, I'd have to do this, then that, and that's not quite gonna get her done. Oh, I put that on the wrong one, that's why. Let's put you on here and see if what happens. Okay, that would actually fix that. No, it wouldn't. I lied. It's like it's, oh, you know what it is? It's elevated. That's what it is. It's a tiny little shadow. Get rid of that. This. Do you have an elevation? You don't. Is there a... Give container elevation. Is there a way to give you an elevation? Material, okay. So I don't know, 10. Let's just say. And then outside of here, oops. Another one of those. What does that get me? Okay, now this is elevated more. What is the... You have an elevation proper, Ta. This has to be a widget state. Okay. And I would need to add to this as well. Makes the shadow the same underneath at least. I could also do, though, I could get rid of that, right? For the sake of simplifying things a little bit. And then set my elevation on these to 0. Then y'all look nice and flat. There's still a line there. That line just drives me crazy. I might just be going insane, but like... Like, I don't know if anybody else can even see that or ever would, but... yeah. Let's leave it like that. Double check the... Yeah, it'll be fine with no elevation, I think. Okay. At least that gets me the buttons in the places that I want them to be. Let's commit this. Add hacky scaling for zoom. Okay. let's get these guys working with regular plus and minus. Handle key press. Actions and shortcuts. There we go. So hello to you as well, Dos Argenta. Let's see here. Let's do shortcuts. So we have to wrap how much of this in shortcuts? Hang on a second. What's going on here? That's just like a horrible filter over song. Okay. Keybind shortcuts, right. So shortcuts, actions. Shortcut manager. Actions. This is a lot of stuff just to get a key press to register. Their event system is very, very, very convoluted. Where was the other? The other docs was much more condensed. There was thought there was a thing for this to have a shortcut that we could tie into. Um, Not seeing it though. Shortcut. Okay. What are you? Shortcut activator subclass. Okay, well, I don't want that. I don't want to write a whole class for this either. Um, and item button class. Shortcut. Shortcut hint. Oh, okay. Not automatically handle must be available in whatever context they're appropriate. Handle via another mechanism. Okay, so we don't tie into that. It's just the shortcut for it. Well, that sucks. It tells ya. Okay. So I need to... That's not what I want. Where was the thing I found earlier? It was a much, much cleaner explanation of the expectation here, I thought. Maybe I'm losing it, though. The, shortcuts widgets. Flutter. Oop. Actions. Tell me more about the Z actions. Actions class. Okay. Here we go. So let's run you. Maybe not. Work, damn you. There we go. Okay. So boop, boop. And then this isn't quite the one we had, but modify intent, set value intent dot value. Interesting. Okay. Simple model class and affects listeners when it changed. Okay. I could actually do a nicer checking my other widgets by comparing. Anyway, things for future me to decide if I care about or not. Well, no, I can't because other fields. Yeah, it's fine. Totally irrelevant side thought. So you just have a set value. Modify intent, modify action. Model is that guy. What the hell are they on about here? Covariant. What? Um, Actions invoke context, const save intent as int. Wow, this is so convoluted for just handling a key press and wiring it to a thing that they already have. Um, the other explanation was still better than that. Where is um where let's see, it would have been earlier tonight. Scroll controller, scroll physics. Transformation shortcuts class. Ah, yes, I think this is it. Okay. Shortcuts. Key binding specific actions for its descendants. Okay, so we have shortcuts, child of actions. This is a much, much simpler implementation. This should be the other doc. Okay. So everything gets wrapped in a shortcuts. On invoke, increment, intent, set state. And then the intents. Okay, they're just empty constructors. That's fine. They just exist to wire up, I guess, to give it a target or something. So let's give this a quick shot. Needs to be around the. Okay, first we need to extract our zoom in, zoom out. Right. These guys are nope. We still need those. Void zoom increase, let's just say. That. We move all of this. Zoom increase, move view here. We do the same with you. Zoom decrease. Put your code in here. Now, nothing should change in the app itself when we do this. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, reset. Cool, perfect. Just because I'm paranoid now, we're going to retry, relaunch completely. Map editor. Cool. Okay. That's fine. Now, we can do... Let's see. Where do I want to put this? This crap can all go down here because this all is in the same class. So, we can do the same thing here. That's fine. You can use their name. It's a good name. That constructor. Let's spell it correctly though. Like so, and then okay, so then we go back up here. Actually, does it have to be? It probably just needs to be around this table builder. Because it only matters when there's actually something displayed in here. So if you have a null map for some reason, it shouldn't do anything at all. Which it won't really matter. Anyway. Let's do it here. So we need shortcuts. Child is this. We put you up here. Okay, here's what we're going to do, though. I'm going to implement this tomorrow. I need to go take NyQuil. I'm going to bookmark this. Okay. To do. Finish. Implementing. Because I'm dying of this cold right now. So. Tomorrow, we're going to finish this. And then we'll also worry about getting those tiles kind of pulled apart visually somehow or another. Which might involve making them bigger. I'm not 100% sure just yet. But yeah, that's what we'll tackle there. So thank you to everybody who came and hung out. It was good to see you. Thanks for the great chats we had. If you like this kind of thing, then come on back. I'd love to see you again. I do this thing roughly 2 hours a night, 4 days a week, starting on Friday and ending on Monday. So unless I'm dying more of my cold, I'll be back tomorrow to do this, and I'd love to see you. If not, you guys have yourselves a great week anyway, and we'll catch you some other time on down the road.